in the way that a stone beside a river becomes smooth over many seasons, not broken, just shaped by time. He lived alone now. He had not always. For many years his home had been full, a fire in the hearth, 2 cups set out each evening, conversation that stretched long past dark. There had been a voice he could hear even when the room was quiet, a presence that made the silence feel inhabited. And then, one autumn, the way these things happen, that presence was gone. Not gradually, not with warning, just gone, the way a candle goes out when the wind finds its way through a window you thought was closed. Wren continued to set out 2 cups each evening. He could not explain why. Perhaps it was habit. Perhaps it was something gentler than explanation, a refusal not of reality, but of forgetting. The 2nd cup was never filled, but it was always there. And each night, Wren would sit by the fire, in his chair, and look at the empty chair beside him, and he would breathe, and he would remember, and sometimes he would speak, quietly, into the warmth, the way you speak to someone who you know, somehow, is still listening. One winter settled deeper. "That is wise," she said. "Most people remove what reminds them. They think it will hurt less. But the chair is not the grief. The chair is the love, and love does not need to be put away." Wren looked at the empty chair. He had never thought of it that way. He had been afraid sometimes that keeping the chair was weakness, that it meant he had not accepted, that it meant he was holding on to something that was already beyond holding. But the old teacher had said something different. The chair was not the grief. The chair was the love. That evening, Wren sat alone again by the fire. The old teacher had gone. The village had grown quiet. The river could be heard faintly through the wall, its low, continuous sound, like breathing. He looked at the empty chair, and for the first time in a long while, he did not feel the sharp edge of it. The chair sat beside him the way it had always sat, close, familiar, warm from the fire's glow. He thought about what she had said. The chair is not the grief. The chair is the love. And he understood, in the way that understanding comes not all at once, but in layers, the way a river slowly shapes a stone, that grief and love are not opposites. They are the same force. Grief is what love looks like when it has nowhere left to go, when the hands it wants to reach are no longer reachable, when the voice it wants to answer falls into silence. But it is still love. It does not become something else. The fire crackled. A single ember drifted upward and was gone. Wren watched it disappear, and he smiled, just slightly, the kind of smile that knows something that cannot quite be spoken. And now, as the story settles around you like warmth, I want you to imagine yourself beside a fire. It does not matter where, a room you know, a place you have imagined, a somewhere that feels safe. The fire is low and steady, not burning high, just glowing, the deep orange of embers that have already done their work and are now simply resting. You are seated comfortably. There is no need to move. Feel the warmth on your face, on your hands, on the front of your body as you face the fire. And around you, the night is soft. There may be sounds, the river nearby, the quiet settling of an old house, the distant call of night birds. Let those sounds become part of the stillness, not interruptions, just the voice of the world, reminding you that life continues, gently, without urgency, all around you. Now, if there is someone you have been carrying tonight, someone whose absence has sat with you today or for many days, you do not have to let them go. You do not have to resolve anything. You do not have to be finished grieving. Simply allow them to be near, in the warmth of this fire, in the quietness of this moment. Love does not require presence to be real. It requires only that you keep the chair. And now, let even that thought soften. Let it drift the way the ember drifted, upward into the dark, not lost, only moving on. There is nothing to hold on to now. Your body is heavy and warm. Your breath is slow. Your mind is beginning to release the day. Outside the small house by the river, the moon has risen. It sits above the water now, its reflection unbroken on the still surface. The river barely moves at this hour. It has slowed the way everything slows past midnight, the way your breathing is slowing now, in and out, in and out. The village is sleeping. The fire inside the small house has burned down to its deepest glow. Ren is asleep in his chair, and beside him the empty chair holds the quiet. Not empty, really, full of everything that was ever loved there, full of memory, full of warmth, full of the shape of someone who mattered. And you, too, are full of that same kind of thing. Every person you have ever loved has left something in you, a shape, a way of seeing, a small habit that is theirs and yours both. None of it was wasted. None of it is gone. It is pressed into the riverbank of who you are. Let your body grow heavier now. Let your thoughts slow, like water that has reached the still part of the river. No current, no pull, only stillness. Your eyelids are soft, heavy, resting. Your breath is doing everything it needs to do on its own. You do not need to guide it. You do not need to guide anything. If thoughts arise, let them float past, like leaves on the surface of a night river. You are not the leaves. You are the water beneath them. Still, deep, undisturbed. There is nothing left to carry tonight. The fire is low. The river is still. The moon holds its place above the water, and you are allowed to rest. Grief is not a wound that needs to close. It is a door that stays open, not because you are broken, but because you loved well. The empty chair is not emptiness. It is the shape of someone who sat there, and that shape never truly leaves. Sleep now. You have done enough today. You have carried enough. You have felt enough. Let the river take the rest. Let the fire hold the warmth. Let the night do what it was made for. This is Sleepy Zen's story. Thank you for being here tonight. If this brought you peace, come back whenever the night grows heavy. New stories are always waiting. Good night from Sleepy Zen Story.